Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Book Cheapskate. We're running through the top 10 free Kindle books featured today on bookcheapskate.com. Happy Friday, everyone. It's November 28th, 2025. With me, as always, is my co-host and bookworm sidekick, Cassandra. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning. So excited for today's list. It's a really good one.
It really is. And for everyone listening, remember, all 10 of these books are free on Kindle as of this morning. But, we always say this, these deals can vanish.
Oh, absolutely. So if you hear something you like, you got to grab it fast.
Exactly. So we've got a great mix today, some romance, thrillers, historical fiction, and even a classic.
A little something for everyone.
All right, let's jump right in with book number one. It's When Gracie Met the Grump by Mariana Zapata. This is a romantasy.
It is. And the premise is just, well, it's fantastic. Of all the things that could land in your yard, it's a half-naked super being.
Okay, that's a heck of a meet cute. So he's the grump, I take it.
Oh, he is the ultimate grump. He's described as grouchy, rude, but Gracie Castro, our heroine, she has to help them.
Because he's the hero of mankind.
Exactly. So she has to compromise everything she knows, her whole quiet life, to help this incredibly difficult, super-powered guy. It's the ultimate forced proximity.
A really fun, high-concept way to get to that slow-burn romance. I love it.
For sure.
Okay, moving on to book number two. We're shifting gears from superheroes to something a little more grounded.
A lot more snow.
Yes. A Montana Christmas Homecoming by Jeannie Watt. This is a small-town holiday romance.
Yep, set in the perfectly named town of Holly, Montana. And we've got Jason Regan, an engineer who's always on the move. He's a total commitment phobe.
Classic archetype. So what keeps him in Holly?
Well, he gets stuck there doing community service. And where does he have to do it?
Let me guess. A struggling animal shelter.
The Forever Home Animal Shelter, run by the lovely Tess Evans.
Of course it is. And I bet sparks fly while they're, fixing kennels and brushing shoulders in the supply closet.
Absolutely. And there's a specific animal involved, Neville, the mischievous terrier, who kind of pushes them together.
The animal matchmaker. So the big question is, can that holiday magic get Jason to finally stay in one place?
That is the million-dollar question.
All right, now for a complete tone shift. This next one is serious. Book 3 is A Brilliant Night of Stars and Ice by Rebecca Connolly. This is historical fiction.
And it focuses on a really incredible true story. It's about the Carpathia, which was the only ship that answered the Titanic's distress call on April 15th, 1912.
Such a heroic story. And the narrative structure here sounds fascinating. It alternates chapters.
It does. You get the perspective of Captain Arthur Rostron on the Carpathia. I mean, he was pushing that ship to, frankly, dangerous speeds.
Through freezing water filled with icebergs, the tension must be immense.
It is. And then the other chapters follow Kate Connolly, a third-class passenger on the Titanic.
So you get the terror of being in the water, trying to survive in a lifeboat.
Exactly. It really highlights Captain Rostron's incredible leadership and his methodical preparations for the rescue, while also giving you that raw human perspective of the victims. It sounds just powerful.
Truly. Okay, from high-stakes survival at sea to high-stakes social maneuvering in the 18th century. Book number 4 is The Wild One.
This is a Victorian historical romance set in England in 1776, and it focuses on Lord Gareth de Montfort.
And he's described as an irresponsible rake with a heart of gold. My favorite kind.
Isn't it everyone's? So the story kicks off when he takes a bullet while stopping a stagecoach robbery.
A very heroic start for a rake. And who does he rescue?
This is where it gets complicated. The woman is Juliet Page, and she's his deceased brother's American fiancée.
Oh, wow.
And she's traveling with her infant daughter. So Gareth, being the good guy deep down, wants to do right by her, but his family, the Duke, refuses.
So it's him against his powerful family, all to protect her and the baby.
Exactly. And she's, of course, hopelessly charmed by this dashing devil. It's a great setup.
It really is. Okay, let's brace ourselves for Book 5. We're jumping into the thriller genre with Whiskey Sour by J.A. Conrath.
This is the first book in the Jack Daniels series.
Jacqueline Jack Daniels. I love that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she is having a very, very bad week.
A terrible week. Her boyfriend leaves her for his personal trainer.
Ouch.
She's maxed out her credit cards on late-night home shopping.
Been there.
And, on top of all that, she's hunting a terrifying serial killer called the Gingerbread Man.
That's a typical Tuesday then. So she has to catch this maniac with her binge-eating partner, Herb.
Right, while also avoiding the FBI's moronic profiling computer and some uncouth PI.
It sounds like it's got that perfect mix of laugh-out-loud humor and real edge-of-your-seat suspense.
That's the promise. a dark comedy thriller.
All right, sticking with crime, but maybe a little less grim. Book number 6 is Murder on Sea by Jane Addams.
This is a classic cozy murder mystery.
And our sleuth is Rena Martin, retired actress.
Who used to play a TV detective for years, so she thinks she knows a thing or two. Now she runs a guest house in this sleepy little Dorset town.
Frantham-on-Sea. And I'm guessing it doesn't stay sleepy for long.
Not at all. A seemingly harmless old woman, Mrs. Freer, is bludgeoned to death.
But the details suggest it wasn't a simple burglary.
No, not at all. It seems like the killer was after something very specific, a gun that was stashed under her pillow.
Oh, so that changes everything.
Oh.
And Rena, the retired TV detective, she just can't help but help the actual detective.
She just has to offer her insights to Detective Sebastian McGregor. It's the perfect cozy setup.
Absolutely. Okay, on to Book 7, Bad Nightstand by Elise Faber. This is a contemporary romance.
And it is book 1 of 17 in the Billionaires Club series.
17, wow. That's a commitment.
It is. So you know the conflict has to be huge to sustain that. And it is. The heroine has a one-night stand she regrets.
Okay.
Only to find out a few weeks later that she's pregnant.
A classic trope. But there's more, isn't there?
Oh, there's so much more. She starts a new job, and her new boss is Jordan O'Keefe.
The baby's father.
The very same. But wait, it gets even better.
How could it?
He is dramatically my father's arch enemy.
Oh, come on. That's just layers upon layers of drama. Perfect for a long series.
Exactly.
All right, book number 8. We're staying in the intense romance lane with You're Mine. Because You're Mine by Claire Contreras.
And this one is a mafia romance, a standalone.
The conflict here is all about that off-limits feeling.
Totally. The hero, Lorenzo, is described as mysterious, gorgeous, wild. He just exudes sex appeal, but the protagonist knows, she absolutely knows, that men like him are bad news.
Right. They come with experience, secrets, headlines,
Yeah.
everything you're supposed to avoid.
And her head knows she should run. She should run as fast as she can.
Well, she's not. She's racing toward him instead.
Knowing she's going to get burned, the book says he'll make ashes of her. It's that kind of intense fatal attraction story.
Definitely a high-stakes romance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch back to thrillers for Book 9, Officer Jones by Derek Saccone.
This is an international mystery and crime thriller, and it starts with our main character, J.P. Warner, who's this dashing international correspondent for a news network.
But he leaves that life behind after some life-changing event.
Right. He goes back to his small Connecticut hometown to find some peace and maybe reconnect with his lost love, Gwen Delaney.
But of course, trouble finds him. He sees a look in the eyes of a local cop, Officer Jones, and he just knows something is wrong.
His reporter instincts kick in, and I love this detail. He gets help from this outrageous but lovable supporting cast.
Including a former pro wrestler named Cold-Blooded Carter.
Yes, how great is that? So it's the globe-trotting reporter, his old flame, and a retired wrestler covering the biggest story of his life right in his own backyard.
That sounds like a blast. Okay, we've made it to our final book, book number 10. And it's a true classic.
It is. The Complete Christmas Books and Stories by Charles Dickens.
A perfect book for this time of year. This is the complete collection of all his festive writing, right?
That's right. Of course, the main event is A Christmas Carol and Ebenezer Scrooge's amazing transformation.
But there's so much more in here. Masterpieces like The Chimes, The Cricket on the Hearth, The Battle of Life, The Haunted Man.
And a bunch of his other seasonal stories. It's just incredible how much his vision shaped our modern Christmas traditions.
It really is. Those themes of redemption, family, gratitude, and just basic human kindness.
They're timeless. And you can honestly see echoes of Dickens in so many of the other books we've talked about today. He kind of wrote the blueprint for a lot of these stories.
You really did. What a fantastic list.
A great way to spend a Friday.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And remember, if you want to download any of the books we've mentioned today for free from Amazon, visit us at bookcheapskate.com and you'll have all the links right there. But do it now before these deals expire. Who knows, they might even expire later today. And don't miss tomorrow's show. Every morning, it's all brand new. Cass will do it again then.
Sounds great. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Until then, keep on opening new worlds with great books without blowing a massive hole in your wallet. And whatever you do, remember this. When you read...
Your mind becomes its own kingdom.